Welcome to This Day and Everything Cool for February 27th. On this day in 1996, gamers first started to catch 'em all. The very first Pokemon game, Red and Green, was released on the original Game Boy in Japan, with a Western release following a few months later. First conceived by video game designer Satoshi Tajiri, the game had the novel idea of giving players the ability to fight each other by using different pocket-sized monsters that could be discovered throughout the game world. It was a massive hit, not just because the gameplay was so fun, but because the creatures themselves were just so darn cute. Pokemon quickly became its own transmedia franchise, spawning its own animated shows, an endless barrage of merchandise, and countless sequels that continue to this day. Pocket monsters aren't quite as small as what was discovered on February 27, 1932. English physicist James Chadwick discovered the subatomic particle known as the neutron, paving the way for the advancement of nuclear physics. The neutron, along with its brother, the proton, made up the nucleus, or middle part of every atom in the universe, and understanding and harnessing how they interact with each other is how nuclear fusion works. Like most scientific discoveries, this has been used for good things like nuclear power and bad things like nuclear weapons. James Chadwick won a Nobel Prize for his discovery. It might be hard to believe, but there was a time when Apple had a touchscreen device that nobody wanted. On February 27, 1998, the tech company officially discontinued the Newton, their little handheld digital assistants that were first introduced a few years earlier. The big selling point of the Newton is that it had a large touchscreen on the front and could automatically translate handwriting to digital text. It failed to catch on, though, with many feeling that it was just too clunky for everyday use. It was also way too expensive for most people to afford as a novelty. The decision to discontinue the Newton was one of the first steps taken by co-founder Steve Jobs after he retook control of Apple, although some of the design ideas behind the Newton, like its touchscreen, would find their way into the iPhone 10 years later.